Hey, Dr. Tomlin. So, Madison here. As we discussed, I'm doing my practicum with enrollment services at Georgia Southern University. The Enrollment Marketing and Student Success Division has launched a one stop shop, so to speak, in enrollment services with the goals to support any and every student request in one spot instead of, students bouncing from department to department, trying to get their request figured out. So currently, the enrollment services directors are Kelly and Blake. I think Kelly's in her practicum and one of your students as well. And Blake Mercer has gone through the program as well. And I am completing my practicum under Blake. So at the beginning of the practicum, I really worked alongside supporting Blake with registration assistance. This includes like add and drop assistance during add drop week, late add and drops, registration holds, and errors that students were receiving. And as you probably know, classes were just like stacked beyond measure this semester. So a lot of students were just really frustrated with that. So after we got settled into the semester and getting past most of the registration issues, such as the late ads and the drop request, which I'm not sure if you know or not, but any drop request, course drops, such past semesters or current semesters, those do get routed through enrollment services to Blake. So working with financial aid and the bursar's office to approve, and provost if necessary, to approve those drop requests and get those processed on the registrar's end of things. But anyway, once we got past most of that, Blake and his coordinator, Melissa Brown, in enrollment services, obviously, shared the complete enrollment services knowledge base, which does support our call center and where a lot of calls are routed to. For instance, you can't call the registrar's office, that will be routed to the call center. So that looks like it is a Google website where everything is kind of like mapped out or linked to the university website and or Google documents such as standard operating procedures, SOPs, or other like how to do documents basically. So he tasked me with working with Melissa, who is the coordinator, and just going through all of the registrar's end of things and updating all the information there, which I do work specifically in records and registration. But over the past 2 years, I've made a point to really just like go above and beyond in learning about, what TSS, which is technical student support, cataloging, course scheduling, and the graduation departments do in my area, or well, areas do in my department, I should say. So, I will say I do have a good general knowledge, but for the most part, I don't speak on the behalf of those areas just because it's better to have the experts say it themselves. I don't want to miss any critical details and or mislead or misinform people. So I spent a good bit of time going through all the records and registration side of things. I made a Excel document that's kind of a one-stop shop, even for their staff in the call center. And this includes information about registration holds, what all these codes in our systems mean, where you can find information and banner screens in the system, where to look, registration holds, that's a big one, especially with the advising hold coming about, for undergraduates specifically, where to find forms for students, what those forms mean, who are like stakeholders in this form, just a general knowledge base. And I'm to the point now where I'm working with the graduation department, the cataloging, course scheduling, and the technical student support areas, and just updating the information that's listed on that website and asking them for any additional tips that are, what are like your common requests that come into this office. That's really what Blake kind of tasked me with, of just providing the information that reduces the number of times they're having to forward students to our office to like solve a problem at hand. So let me see where I'm even at in our prompt. Um, so some people that I've gotten to work with in this experience so far: Riley Pompaneco, you mentioned you knew her. I absolutely adore and love her. I actually worked with her in my undergraduate studies at the RAC. So working with her again and in this like professional sense of like building my career just means a lot to me, honestly. She's a great person to go to when I'm in doubt, I need advice, I'm trying to better myself. She's always kind of pulling me into new committees or different programs or things that maybe are going on within our division. So I'm extremely thankful for her. Blake, Kelly's another resource. Melissa Brown is the coordinator, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. So I've gotten to work alongside her and kind of like what are needs coming out of her staff that maybe I can, um, provide information or resources for, basically. And I'm getting to work alongside a lot of other people within my office, in the registrar's office, in the different areas. So that's been a great experience so far. I would obviously rate it a 5 out of 5. Just any time I can expand my knowledge and understand how all the little pieces play to the bigger picture of the institution functioning and the student experience, I think is a great experience worth having. I think that all of this goes kind of hand in hand in what I'm doing because I'm able to support them, but also I've been able to go through the website and kind of reflect on things that our processors handle for the most part and just kind of like, oh yeah, what is the process behind that? So overall, it has related a lot to my own professional work in the registrar's office. I think me and Blake are both like, there's a job to be done. Like, kind of like, okay, and so, like, when a problem arises, sometimes in staff, you can see it trying to be pushed off to other offices or this and that. But for the most part, like, you do have the power to, like, reach out to that other office. You have a point of contact the student doesn't have and say, what can we do to get this situation handled? So I really respect that me and Blake are both the same in that. Just really, we have a job to be done. It's not personal, it's not any of these things. Let's just get to work and get those done. So I really love that, honestly. I guess going through the website, I do wish that I had the time. We're doing a lot of collaboration with East Georgia Mapping right now in the registrar's office. So, like, honestly, my time's been really limited in spending on enrollment services during operational hours, which is understandable. But I guess I wish I had more time to spend just sitting down there and experiencing student facing. In the registrar's office, I do oversee the federal work study students and the student assistants in our office, and they're the ones that answer anyone that come into the office. But I don't get to see students that much or really serve their needs. Mostly it's a ticket or a task on the back end I need to do, reports I need to run and clean up in the system. I oversee the academic standing, different things like that, you know, I do get the opportunity to collaborate with other staff in different departments, which I love, but I do wish I got a little bit more experience just sitting down there and taking some of the student requests or seeing like, why are students coming in? What are some of the things they're struggling with or they can't find? Or, you know, what's the trend? Is it financial related? Is it withdrawing or something that could go towards retention? Is it registration assistance? There's got to be a lack of something somewhere that, students are frequently coming for better guidance or better help. So I overall am really enjoying the experience. I think that I've probably done all my hours. I haven't even checked at this point, but even when I finish those and things calm down with East Georgia consolidation stuff and Mini Master 2 kicks off and we're over the hump of just like fall registration in general. I'd love to sit down with Blake and just take a little bit more time and focusing on the leadership aspects of things. What does it take to uphold one of those leadership positions? What are they looking for? I did go through the emerging leadership, enrollment marketing, and student success. Did I forget one? Um, cohort over the summer, which really focused on leadership. And that's something I just really have a passion in of like leading teams to be better. Every single person can be better at what they do. They serve a crucial role in operations, whether you're a processor in admissions all the way up to Camarero, those processors in admission that could be seen like, an entry point. We're admitting thousands of students. They play an absolute crucial role in our operations and our procedures. So they're just as valuable. So really just like building in teams and instilling confidence that like we need you, you're valuable, we love you, we want you here, building that community, building relationships amongst departments that they call on you to come in and just give a couple of words of, hey, there's a new late ad form that students can fill out for advisors, or like this is how cancellation works from our point of view, different things like that. The more understanding and just like knowledge you can share builds to the overall, student experience, but also makes your job easier in the long run. So, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing what else this brings.